now is not the time, but it doesn't mean that you want to quit on your dreams. Hi, my name's Devin. Today I own several multi-million-dollar companies. We started with $5,000 in a credit card. I don't know the easy way. I only know the hard way. Hey everyone, welcome to the Whiteboard Entrepreneur Podcast, where I give straightforward advice to fuel the entrepreneur in all of us. Today I want to talk to you about how no now does not mean no forever. And first off, welcome to my new office. I'm pretty excited about this. You can see my little sign up there, Whiteboard Entrepreneur. As an entrepreneur, as someone who's pursuing your dreams, you're going to put yourself out there and you're going to find out that sometimes you're not going to win. Sometimes you're not going to succeed. Sometimes the answer is no. Sometimes you fail. And it's very important for us to get comfortable with this. And I want to tell you a story that just happened. This is like 2 weeks fresh. I went and had coffee with a buddy of mine that I've been mentoring. He's a really great young guy. And he's around 21 years old. And when he was 20, he had this dream of being a police officer. And let me tell you, I think he'd be a great police officer. I actually wrote him a recommendation. I think he'd be awesome at it. And what happened was he applied to like 4 different places, made it down the interviewing, made it, 3 or 4 rungs down the ladder. And at the end, just got told, no, you're not going to get the job. And man, it really crushed him. He was sharing this with me that he's like, well, I guess I'm not meant to be a police officer. And I was like, whoa, hold on. Right now, you're only 21 years old. You applied when you were 20. And he's like, yeah, but it's like 2 years before I can even apply again. And I was like, man, you're so young. And just because it's no now doesn't mean that it's going to be no forever. It might even be no the next time you apply. But this is not a reason to stop pursuing your dreams. And so I said, let's talk about this. If you want to be a police officer, and by the way, I think you'd be really good at it, and everyone, all your friends and family think that'd be a perfect career for you. So you have all of these affirmations and this hey, it's been hey, this is what you ought to do, but you're going to stop on it. Instead of stopping, what is something that we can do today to alter the course so that next time you make it further down the interview chain, and maybe the time after that you actually get hired? And so, maybe you're getting hired by the time you're 25, but I'm like, what if we went and joined the Marines and became an MP? And then when you got out, you went and applied as a police officer. Because let's be honest, you're super young right now. When you applied, you were 20 years old. Hey, maybe now is not the time, but it doesn't mean that you want to quit on your dreams. And I had something like this happen to me once. So when I first started in the business world, I was loving my career, loved my job, loved the people I was working with. I was all fiery and just thought I was going to take over the world. Well, I'm about 6 months into this job, and this announcement came out via interoffice email, and it said, hey, there's a management position open in New York City. And this was probably 2 levels higher than I currently was. And bear in mind, I'd only done my current job for 6 months. So I was 6 months new to the company. Well, I was so excited. I thought, this is great. So I immediately, I sent an email to everybody. Hey, throw my name in the hat. I'd totally do it. I'm excited. I'd love to be part of the interview process. Well, about 3 hours later, my phone rings. I pick it up. It's the vice president of all of Southern California. He calls me up and he's like, hey, Devin, I just want to let you know there's no way. I'm not even going to submit your name for that. He's like, you've only been doing the job for 6 months, and this is 2 rungs above you. But I want to tell you, I'm really, really proud of you and happy that you want to apply. But listen, the answer today is no. It's no now, but it doesn't mean it's no forever. And what was great is that guy had the foresight to not just send me an NO, but to pick up the phone and call me and talk me through that and explain it. And when I hung up the phone, I was like, okay, great, no problem. Hung up the phone, I was happy as could be because he took the time to explain to me that, hey, listen, now it's just not the time. It doesn't mean that you should stop pursuing this dream. He's just like, but not now, okay? And I'm doing this podcast. I'm doing this lesson today for those of you that need to hear that message. Because so many folks are like my friend that I was having coffee with, where they got told no, where basically, big X through your dreams, and that's it. And, obviously the police academy and interviewers can't call them up and say, hey, you didn't get the job because you're too young, right? They just said no, right? And that's what happens in our life is there's so many of these situations where we don't know ultimately the reason behind why we got told no, but most of the time it's not because you can't do it. Most of the time it's what I said. It's no now, not no forever. And I want to encourage you that if you've experienced that in your life, you've gotten a no, you've had a big failure, you've had discouragement, that does not mean it's the end of the story. Evaluate, what can I do today to change the outcome later so that it's just no now, not no forever. I'm Devin. This is Whiteboard Entrepreneur, and I know this is going to help.